Hey, beautiful. It's your girl, Lashandra, and I am back with another video. If you are new to my channel, I do entrepreneur life videos, lifestyle, beauty, and fashion. Today, we are discussing labeling your own products so that you do not have to spend those obscene amounts of money to hot print or hot stamp your own bottles or containers. There is a much cheaper way to do this and still look high end and professional. And as a new business owner, I know that this is very helpful. It has definitely been helpful to me. So continue to watch. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. I'll wait. Go ahead. There you go. Because I'm going to be giving you all this good tea, and you definitely want to make sure that you stay tuned. So keep watching. Ain't even no music. This is the killer. Don't push them, okay? For me, I would rather put my money in my products. So my products for my particular store, they're a little more high end, so they're a little more expensive. So I don't want to have to charge more because I'm going overboard with my packaging and my branding and my labeling. So for me, DIY was a great way for me to cut the cost on that and put all the money into my products, which is what really I want my people to hold on to. They're going to throw the packaging away. But you got to find that balance of, hey, I want to give you a good experience. However, I still want to give you great products. You don't want to spend so much money on your packaging and your branding, and then they get in the package and your products are trash. For smaller items, I am using these smaller ones that I got from Amazon. You guys all know you can get these from Amazon. Any color you like, pretty much. You want to get your brand colors. So my brand colors are pretty much purple and gold. And I even have these small little jewelry bags. These are for like inside of maybe even the bigger package that I'm using, or maybe even inside this, just so that I don't have to use tissue paper. I also have bubble wrap. I will be walking you through packaging once the store launches and I get to start sending my packages out. You can go to Google first to kind of give yourself an idea before we jump into Canva and discuss or show you how to make those labels in Canva. A Fenty Beauty, right? And go to images. And you can just take a look at her bottles. Now these are simple. This one, hers is pretty simple because this is for the lipstick. And when you're doing your lipsticks and glosses and things like that, you want it to be pretty simple. You don't want it to be too busy. So just the logo is fine. However, when you're doing, let's say, hair care products, you want to take a look at different options you have. So you can look at theirs. And you see how they have this. You can tell this has a pretty much a transparent background. It's telling you what the product is, giving you the logo, what the product is, what it does, and then your ingredients. And you can just keep looking at different options. Look at different photos of different product packaging. This is where you can come up with ideas of what you like. So you don't always have to come up right off the top of your head with these ideas of how to do your labeling. I sometimes look at different bottles, and then what I will do is pull from it what I like the most. So let's say I like this simple cut. I can do it that way and just change it to my logo and maybe change the lettering. Let's say I like this design, but I like this lettering. Whatever. You can pull it all together so that it becomes your own. So you pull the best of all the different labels and go ahead and put it together. That way you're not just like off the top of your head trying to figure out, okay, how do I do this label? What do I put on the label? And what design can I possibly come up with? Because everyone knows it's not creative. That doesn't mean that you have to keep paying someone to create designs for you, because essentially that's the same thing that they do. They go out there, they look at different products, and most of them are going to ask you to send them something that you like, and then they're going to almost mimic it. So instead of paying someone to do that, you can do that yourself. This is not saying to copy, it's saying to be inspired by what you see. Okay, as you can see, we're already on canva.com right here. If you are not familiar with canva.com, please get familiar. It is literally one of your best friends in business, in graphics, in social media, in all those things. Some people prefer PicMonkey. I personally just prefer Canva. There are some other options in PicMonkey that you may like, so definitely check them out. But today I will be walking you through how I create my labels from Canva. So we're going to start by just clicking Create Design, and we'll go ahead and click Custom Dimensions. The reason you want to do that is because depending on your bottle, you really don't know what size you're going to need. So you definitely want to make sure you take some type of ruler, measuring tape, and measure your bottle to see what size label it is that you need. The label doesn't necessarily have to wrap around the whole bottle. You can do a label where it's just up and down, or you can wrap it. But please understand that if the label is wrapped around the bottle, it's going to be longer, which means that you will get less labels on your sticker sheets, and they're essentially going to just cost more. So if you don't have to wrap it around the bottle starting out, I highly suggest that you do not. And you want to click Custom Dimensions. Make sure that you're on inches so that you can make sure you're doing the right size. Canva's a little opposite when it comes to sizing. So most do height by width, but Canva does width by height. So you want to keep that in mind. So this is really 4x2 if you look at this on Sticker Mule or most label sites. Okay, so you basically have a blank canvas to start out with. And over on the sides here are all your different options. If you want to add text, you have text here. If you want to add different elements such as shapes or drawings, you can click elements here. These are photos, like photo stock that you can pull from Canva that you would like to use. And here are your uploads. So I've already uploaded my label. These are some of my things that are already in my library for me to use. So I'm going to click my transparent logo, which is right here, and add it. And I can position this however I like. However, I like mine at the top. You want to make sure it's centered so that line gets you in the center. And then you can make it larger as you see fit. Those lines that pop up are showing you where the printing will stop, like your margins. However, when it comes to stickers or labels, you want to go ahead and go to the edge because you want to get the full size of the label. And as you can see, even if we were out of the print area, it wouldn't matter because the print area is right here and the logo doesn't start to here. Okay. So I'm going to pull that up so I can make sure I can add other things there. So now, if I wanted to have my background black in the label, I could do something like this. But as I mentioned, I wanted my labeling to have a clear background, so that's not necessary. You can also make it black though, so that you can really see what it's going to look like. The white sometimes doesn't allow your eye to really see the coloring, so you can leave it like that just so you can see, and then download it as transparent. That way the black background does not show up. And I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to white, I'm sorry. Now that I have that, I am going to add some shapes here. So this shape is the box. And so I can bring it out as much as I want. I can shorten it like that. And then I can add text. decrease my size. With labels, you usually are looking at 8 size in the font. And then I'm going to change the actual font lettering. So you can see there, that's kind of small, so I can definitely afford to increase the size, and I'm going to go ahead and make these letters capital. You want to change the spacing so that the letters aren't so close together, you can do that. I think that's a good size there. And you can kind of shrink it a little so that the box is not too long. And then just make sure everything's centered. There we go. Now you have the option to also use photos here. So let's say this is one of my backgrounds. So let's say I want to do this instead of that just plain background color. I wanted a little sparkle. I could do this and just replace it. Change the position. Delete this off. Bring my lettering down. Bring the box up actually. There we go. And then you want to just give a hint here of what are they getting out of it. So for me, it's clean shave and moisturizer. Change the font again and go back and change the sizing. Something like this. You can also put your brand colors on the side. So I have different brands that I work with. So my brand colors for Beautiful Baldy are here. So I can click this and it'll give me the colors that I put on everything. That way my colors are the same. And I'm going to change that and to a plus just because I think it's cuter. I'm going to do a little spacing so that it's not so close together. And I'm even going to decrease the height. There we go. Then under that, you can maybe add a line just to separate for your directions. There. And then you want to go ahead and add more text. So apply a small amount, warm water, yada yada. I won't go through the whole spill. Change that to an 8 and to the right sizing. For your ingredients, you want to go down to as small as a size 6 font. This is a FDA regulation. They like it to be that size. It can't be any smaller. It could be between 6 to 8. I prefer to put it in a 6 because I want to make sure that I use all my room and my space for my design. And I'm just putting any kind of ingredients here just to show you guys. And then you definitely want to put the size of your bottle. So there you have it. Now you are going to have to space this and work it out the way you want it. You could also change the sizing of this so that it takes up more space. And there you go. And add to your background if you like. You can do some different changes there that will make it stand out for you. Like, let's say you want this to have a background of being sparkly in the back. If that's something that you wanted to do, you can position it backwards to make sure stuff is showing. So this is also an option. You can cover that line up. It's just all kinds of different ways that you can do this to make it your own. And then when you download, you're going to click transparent background and then download. That way it doesn't have any white in the background, because if you download it as is, it's going to have a white background and then the gold at the bottom, and then you're going to put it on your bottle and that white may or may not look good. If that's something that you're going for and that works for you, that's fine. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to go ahead and make your own labels. So now that you have the label completed, you're ready to go to a site that can print those labels for you, which is Sticker Mule. So we're going to go into Sticker Mule, and I'm already signed in. You're going to click labels. And then you're going to pick your size. So remember I said the size was 4x2. So you're going to pick your size. There you have your pricing. Click continue. And then you're going to upload your artwork. So we're going to go ahead and download this with the transparent background. We're going to go to Sticker Mule. And I'm already signed into my account, so I'm just going to click labels. We're going to go to the sizing, and remember we said it was 4x2. Click continue. You're going to choose that same artwork you just loaded, which is here, and then click continue. So what's going to happen is Sticker Mule is going to send you a proof to show you what it looks like, so you can see if it's a go. If you need to change anything, here's where you most of the time pick up where you missed a misspelling. I don't know why it is when you're in the process of designing, you still miss the misspelling no matter how many times you look at it. But it's something about when somebody sends it to you and you look at it that you're able to see your mistakes and go ahead and correct those then when you see them. And they'll even show you pretty much what it would look like on a light background and what it would look like on a dark background. And then you send it to them, you approve the proof, and then bam, you have your labels in the mail. So now we're going to go back to my bottles and I'm going to show you the stickers that I got from Sticker Mule already, and we're going to label that bottle that I showed you earlier. Y'all, excuse me, I had to have my Starbucks, you know. Break. If you spend so much, they send you a bottle of hot sauce, which I thought was interesting. And it's really wrapped in there because of the glass. I have no idea why. But, ooh. Yeah. And I like hot sauce, y'all, so I'm going to try it and see what it tastes like. But that was interesting for a sticker company. Whatever. And so they also send you some of their own little things. So I guess they're trying to get this hot sauce out, so that's why they're sending it to you free. So another great branding tip is to give some of your stuff away so people can test it and try it out and see if they like it. And so they have all kind of stuff that represents their brand in the box. Same thing you should be doing. Now, I will say the only thing I do not like is that it's really hard to get these stickers off, y'all. But what I've noticed is if you bend them, it'll make it a little easier and it opens it up so you can get the sticker off. The easiest way to do stickers or labeling is with their roll, but the roll is literally twice as much money. And they know what they be doing because you see how I'm struggling, right? But there we go. So you have to kind of bend it and keep bending it until you can get a grip on the corner. And then see how it peels off and it's clear. So clear background. So I actually am going to show you guys a different bottle that I'm going to show you how the label looks on. The original bottle that I showed you, the clear, I actually do not like the way that clear looks on it. So that's another thing. Sometimes you have to test it out and see. Unfortunately, don't be like me. I did not order a proof. I just went on and ordered the stickers and now I'm not even gonna be able to use them. So take my advice, go ahead and order a proof so you can see how to look on your bottle before you order a whole shipment, because now I just basically essentially wasted that money. They did give me a credit, but here and again, I wish I would have looked, because sometimes the clear doesn't look good, I'm seeing on certain bottles because of the way the sticker is. It's hard to explain. And to be able to really see it on the bottle. So right now I'm applying this to my aftershave bottle, which is a black bottle. So I think these stickers will look good on it. I'm gonna go back and order some new labels that will have a black background for those clear bottles I showed you originally, because I just think that they will look better. So on my clear bottles, I'm going to use a black background. But on this particular bottle, the black one, or if you're using a colored bottle like this, you probably want to use the clear because it's just going to look better. Honey, your girl was struggling, okay? Also seeing with these that I'm going to need to make it just a little bit shorter. I think they're too long for the bottle. And still struggling. Okay, so you can see how it looks on. Now, This was my first time, you guys, seeing me put this label on, and I now see that I need to shorten it. Probably need to go down at least an inch so that it sits more in the middle of the bottle. But I do like the clear background on it because you can see it pretty well. And it looks as close to being printed on as you can get without paying them to hot stamp it. So I hope this was helpful to you guys.